team. Southwest Souljas represented by the Big 12 and the Southland Conference. Neither one of them represented themselves very well in their first games because they come into this one 0-1. But when you look at the Southwest Souljas squad, and Xavier Sneed out of Kansas State, dude had 11 points, 5 of 10 in that earlier loss to American Made. If he can pick up where he left off and they play a little bit better defense, I think they may have a good shot here in this contest, Robbie.
They've got some really good Big 12 players, and I love Christian Doolittle's game. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make twos. He's a guy that plays so much off the bounce. We saw Xavier Sneed get it going from two. Devontae Bandu can really score. Jalen Gates actually did not score in that game. No points, 0 of 3. You're going to have to find some looks for him as well, but I still like this Big 12 team, even though the Horizon was able to knock them off. Horizon and Missouri Valley, I should say.
Yeah, for the Beast Coast Ballers, we saw Ryan Daly consistently get to the bucket. If he makes 3 or 4 more of those layups that he missed, they could potentially have a different outcome too. So it's a learning process as these teams kind of adjust to 3x3 and obviously knock the jitters out. They got $1,000 on the line every single game. That in itself is going to increase the pressure. So we'll see game 2 how much better they look if they've knocked off some of that rust.
We got to ask Jeff about your man Ryan Daly. That's his favorite player in this tournament.
Of course.
Might be my favorite player since you, Robbie.
Wow,
20 years ago.
That's high praise right there.
High praise. Now, this should be fun. I mean, a lot of good players in this game. Like, Doolittle was a terrific player in college. Matt Moyer started his career at Syracuse, went down to Vandy. Sneed's really, he had a good college career. You got some good players in this game. But again, my guy is Ryan Daly. I love watching him play because to me, again, he doesn't look the part. We know that, but he's such a smart player. And I wonder, how does that translate, Rob, from 5-on-5 to 3-on-3? You saw him play earlier. Does his game completely translate? What do you have to change if you're him?
The only thing that I think you'd worry about with him is he shot 29% from 3 last year from the floor, and I think in this game you have got to be able to make twos. Now, high basketball IQ is huge. We saw him slip some screens, get some easy buckets. If you're a smart player, you can find shots in 3-on-3, and I think that's going to help him. But there was certainly a feeling out process for everybody involved in their first game. There always is.
Yeah, they struggle with clock management a little bit. That's to be expected. You got a 12-second shot clock. It's a lot different than what they're accustomed to doing. But again, the more you play this game, Robbie can attest to this, the more you play this game, the more it starts to click. And obviously the chemistry will develop as they continue to spend more time on the court together.
I'll be honest, my first 3-on-3 tournament, I was like, I suck at this. I'm going to quit. It's so different from playing 5-on-5. It's just a totally different animal.
And now look at you, Robbie. Look at this tweet. Somebody chiming in. This dude says, love watching the 3x3U Hoops event. Definitely wish they had this when I played. Very competitive atmosphere. Something fun for players to get one last collegiate run in. I'll remind you, these dudes have exhausted their collegiate eligibility. These are pros starting today. As soon as we start letting that money fly, let it be known. This one's on and popping. And there's Evans with a little stop and pop to start things off. Doolittle, he misses the 2 picks.
I just love how quickly it moves.
That's the best part about this game is that it goes from offense to defense. And if you're not ready, you are going to give up wide open shots from the 2-point line.
And there's your guy, Jeff Daly, getting the bucket, 2-0.
So how tiring is this at the end of this game, Rob, compared to
It feels like playing like a legitimate, I would say, half of 5-on-5. Like you are totally gassed. And after 2 games, it's only 20 minutes of actually playing. But that's what's amazing. You go on these trips, and you're flying usually 12 hours, 13 hours to places like Seoul, South Korea, or Europe, and then you play 5 games if you go to the championship, and it's 50 minutes of basketball. But it is exhausting, and it's so physical, and it's just a totally different sport from 5-on-5.
I mean, it's got to be mentally draining for these guys too, who have never played it.
Yeah,
They're overthinking stuff.
There's a lot of strategy that comes into play. It's a grind, and you can definitely see the wheels turning on some of these guys. There's your guy Ryan Daly showing off the bounce, Jeff.
Should have shot it. I thought he had that.
Should have shot it.
He had it. He was there.
It's a game of 2-pointers. I love Christian Doolittle in the post. He will score every time if he gets the ball out there.
Too easy. He averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds a game as a senior. No defense at the rim there for Annam. Annam balled out in game 1. Again in the loss, both these teams looking for their first bag of the day. Daly, nope. Doolittle, he'll clear it. Says, no, I want it.
He likes this. He likes getting the ball in the mid-post. Oh my God.
The Euro. He didn't finish it, though. Annam. Plenty of space, plenty of distance, and his jumper's still searching.
Well, Jeff was hating on him, saying he doesn't look like he's a basketball player. But I'd say, you know,
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
It wasn't that harsh. I was asking him what people were kind of calling him. He said, "I know I don't have the typical, physique." And he said people are calling him fire hydrant and stuff like that.
Puts guys in the weight room. That's what he's doing.
You know, I don't know what they were calling you, Robbie.
They were calling me broke back and ACL is what they were calling me.
ACL boy, pretty much.
And I go to Michigan State, and I'm getting chanted ACL from the student section. Good times.
2-point contest, the two-piece. Too much on it. Go get another look at it, Bandu.
Boy, he is a monster on the glass. Christian Doolittle is a beast.
He didn't finish it off, though. It's going to stay a 2-point game. Ryan Daly, Moyer, trying to follow, and he does. I'll tell you the length of Moyer.
He is really long.
So long.
Well, he got a hand up, so what?
Hey, Xavier Sneed has really shot the ball well from 2, and that was kind of the knock on him. He's a great shooter from the mid-range at Kansas State, but here today, he had 5 twos in the first game, and today it's just been going up.
Here's Christian Doolittle, 6'7" wing, swings it to Bando, and he couldn't hit it. Xavier Sneed trying to pick up where he left off. He's fouled underneath. He was 5 for 10 from 2-point range, 11 points in the earlier loss they suffered. If I'm them, I'm trying to get this guy as many looks as I possibly can.
I think they have got to ride both Sneed and Christian Doolittle and let those guys be your catalysts on the offensive end of the floor. Devontae Bandu has had some good looks from 2, hasn't been able to make them today. You talked about earlier, 6th man of the year in the Big 12 last season. He was a huge part of what Baylor did.
Evans with the double shot.
Good to see Evans healthy.
Yeah,
Evans
totally.
was a really good player at VCU. And came over
Had
from
the Achilles issues. Xavier Sneed is on fire.
He just put another one on his bucket list. And I'm trying to get some get back. He gives it up.
Likes his matchup right here.
Oh, this would be baby food. And still, it's a foul. That's to be expected, either that or a bucket.
Nothing he can do there.
No, Jalen Gates, he had to foul him. Make him run to the free throw line. And you almost, in 3x3, that's one of those deals where if you're Jalen Gates and you are matched up on Matt Moyer, take a foul early. You have 6 fouls to give. Foul him early. Don't let him get to the foul line. And certainly once you get to 6 fouls, it changes.
Here's Gates trying to open the floodgates. He just drizzling right now. 2-piece goes down.
They're just taking their turns on Gates in the post.
Yeah, he left him. Xavier Sneed is your world. Oh, long ball.
Well, he is killing right now. What's going on?
Sneed puts up another double shot.
Oh,
Pass it up. Well, Gates just hit one.
All right, unselfishness.
Yeah, there we go. 2-piece, no biscuit. 12-10. Daly moving left. He's got Moyer head towards the bucket. Instead, he puts up the 2. Shooter's touch.
You can see, though, just how important the 2-pointer is. You look at the Southwest Souljas, they knocked out 5. The Beast Coast Ballers only 2. The Beast Coast Ballers actually have 9 field goals made. But with 1 point, you have got to make 2s.
Another tweet here. Free Bid League says my most certain prediction for 3x3 Hoops tomorrow by the end of the third set of games, Club Trillion and Tate Frazier will both be firmly on the Ryan Daly bandwagon. His positionless game, ISO scoring ability, and unlimited stamina are perfect for succeeding in this event.
That would mean that Jeff Goodman and Mark Titus have to come together and root for a singular player. Can that happen after the differences they've faced?
We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I like what I see out of Ryan Daly, obviously. I think, I don't know enough. Like, it's been 2 years since I've watched 3-on-3, and I feel like, you know, we talked about the learning curve with these players trying to learn this game. I personally am having a viewing learning curve again. Trying to remember, like,
your eyes gotta adjust.
You gotta adjust. You gotta remember, like, what makes
Look
guys.
at this guy.
Look at him.
And see, for me, it hasn't been 2 years because I always watch Robbie Humble
Hey,
play.
that's why
World
Tate's
Cup
my
games,
guy.
you know what I'm
Titus
saying?
isn't staying up on him, but I know Tate is just riding with me.
Team USA for life,
That's
Robbie. You
right.
know what it is.
Oh my God, Xavier Sneed is
That was
playing
a
so well.
gangster slap.
I will say this, Sneed and Doolittle, I mean, they seem like they should be the best duo in this competition.
They
in
got
my
the
opinion.
brand name, at least. They
Yes.
got those two guys.
I will say
are
the Pac-12 would have something to say about that because
That's
McKinley
true.
Wright
McKinley
can
Wright.
really,
You're right.
really hoop.
You're right. Good call, Robbie. But
Well-
in general, I thought Doolittle would kind of dominate. He did to start the first game.
He got it going early. That's when I crowned him.
Here's my Jeff Goodman impression. My sources, as I was talking to people around 3x3U, they were telling me that there is no clear favorite this year.
Ah.
That in years past,
But this guy's a favorite.
yeah, this guy's a favorite.
You can't stop him.
In years past, some of these teams have in practice look better than others. I was told there's no obvious team this year, so that makes me excited.
Sources say.
Sources say. Yep.
A lot of parity. No doubt about that. Daily.
Hey, this dude's killing right here.
Oh my goodness. All day long. Gets to the middle of the paint.
Nice.
Gets the lay. Meantime,
Well, there's that transition action right there. You make a bucket, you cannot fall asleep because it's coming right back at you. But Ryan Daly, man, he's putting on a show. 8 points, 7 of 10 from the field, doing it with 1-pointers. He's getting to the rim.
yeah, taking advantage of that football body.
He's doing it with the shirt untucked too, which I think is cool. Like my brain is just going back to when I was a kid watching guys in high school, and it always felt like the guy that played with his jersey untucked could go. And
Were you doing that at Brownsburg?
Yeah, the guy at Brownsburg that didn't have his jersey tucked in, I was like, man, he's good.
And on the miss. Meantime,
Oh,
Sneed
Xavier
said-
Sneed, he wants this.
Yeah.
Him and Ryan Daly.
Island.
That's good.
Sneed.
Oh,
Triple round.
Oh,
Double cup. 19-15. Now it's Daly's turn. We like a little one-on-one here
this
from
is
time to time,
lockdown.
too. Oh, yeah.
that wouldn't happen.
Had him on quarantine.
I really like Xavier Sneed. I really liked him at Kansas State, too. He put him with Barry Brown. Some of those guys, some really good teams for Bruce Weber. Come on, Stokes.
Little. Tough shot there.
Jeff Goodman's never been to Manhattan, Kansas, though, so he can't speak on those teams.
I have been there. Of course I've been there.
The
It was a
Octagon
long
of
time
Doom.
ago. It was back when Frank Martin was coaching.
Oh, wow.
Long
Well,
time
truth comes
ago.
out now.
Well,
This is more of what I was expecting from the Southwest Souljas when I said, and I will say it again, one of the favorites here. One of the favorites.
it's early, Rob. It's early.
No, it is. We got a lot of action.
How many games to win the whole thing? How many games are you?
Let's see. We got 32 day one.
A
we
million?
Got, we got
A lot.
24 day two.
Yep.
And the quarters, semis, and the final day three.
But how many? Well, each team would have to play how many?
So each team
About.
they play 7 pool play games.
Okay. Yep.
And then obviously you have to win quarterfinal, semifinal, and then on to the final. So
All right.
I just can't wait for the third place matchup where I'm going to smoke Tate.
I cannot wait to draft my team, Robbie. Right now,
Hey,
all
I
I'm
mean-
doing is scouting.
I know.
I'm
It's
not
like-
even commentating. I'm just scouting over here. So you better catch
See,
up. and get
you've
ready.
got the advantage. You can chill over there, watch these guys. I just got to work.
Yeah, I got Bandu, I got Sneed and Doolittle already on the list.
Dude, they are absolute monsters. Christian Doolittle is a beast.
He is. He kind of reminds me of K-Cock a little bit, who we saw
Yeah,
win it.
that's a good call. A little more skilled.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
not as good a rebounder, but very similar body types.
Yep.
Boy, Tate, you just never cease to amaze me. A couple years ago it was hammer action, and now it's just scouting these players at a high level.
I will say this, Robbie. The last time that we were talking, I said low man wins, and I've never seen you die laughing so hard.
the most cliche deal I've ever heard.
I'll never forget Tate bringing up the secret scrimmage in Barcelona.
Yeah. And Robbie goes, "You know about that?"
Yeah. Oh,
Ryan
I
Daly,
thought he was
the
gonna
Jeff
talk.
Goodman special with the finger roll.
Oh, we love it.
I think he learned that from me.
I think, I don't know about that, but
So game point.
Game point, yeah.
Yeah, 20-16 Southwest Soldiers.
It's been a great game, actually.
this has been
really good.
Well,
game.
you came in for one of the worst games, I
Yeah,
think.
I know.
of
I was
the
gonna say,
tournament.
I
Jeff-
saw the scoring, the game where nobody could score, and now they put up points in this one.
Yeah.
This is more representative of what the game is
yeah.
about. I just want to let you know.
Heat check with Daly.
Yeah, Daly.
Christian Doolittle wide open.
Man, dude. Nowhere to go. Right now. Oh, nice shoulder fake. Turn around. No.
Boy, how many rebounds does Christian Doolittle have? It feels like it's about 100.
He got a great nose for the
He
ball.
got 9
He is-
boards.
Well, isn't that the problem with this A10 Big East team? Because they don't really have a guy that's like they got skilled dudes.
They don't have the size to compete with the Southwest
Don't you have to
Soldiers.
have that? Don't you have to have one dude that's big and long?
Yeah, but also
or
be
no?
able to guard.
Yeah.
And you look at Doolittle, boy, Xavier Sneed is
What?
killing right now.
Yeah, he's the MVP so far.
Crown these guys.
Ball game. Xavier Sneed. He and his buddies will.
Why doesn't Titus move with the same vigor as Tate?
Yeah, you gotta have a sense of urgency, Jeff.
I mean,
You
what
know
is
it
up
Yeah.
with this?
You should have seen this pre-COVID when he was dapping the players up, and unfortunately we can't do that anymore. But
I know.
I mean, he didn't even go all the way onto the court. Tate, like,
he's taking the COVID precautions appropriately.
this
Yeah,
is-
he's keeping a social distance. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
You gotta be careful in them church shoes. Hey, so hey, now it's time
Now
to
we're
let the
throwing
money
the
fly.
money.
Yeah. Hey, get to
right.
the paper like a stapler, and I ain't mad at it. Southwest Soldiers win it 22-16, and another look at Xavier Sneed, giving him that work splash ball to end it, and another look. You don't get a hand up, he gonna make you pay. That's gonna cost you $2, and it cost you $1,000. That's exactly what we see flying through the air. We got the gold chains out and everything. Hey, Jeff Goodman, any final words? We appreciate you for coming on, my man.
listen, I appreciate you having me, and I don't know how you do it, my man. You got to spend the whole day for 3 days with Hummel.
It's
I
tough.
manage.
Somebody's got to do it.
Nah, listen, like I said, I appreciate it. It was great talking to Titus and Tate over there, even though Titus can't grasp reality about Indiana
Yeah, hey,
basketball.
by the way, as we were talking, Trace Jackson-Davis committed back to Mike Woodson to go back to Indiana.
Oh, breaking again.
There he goes.
Stories everywhere.
Sources.
The guy who can't recruit is has got Trace Jackson-Davis back. But no, it was fun. It was fun hashing it out, Jeff. I'll see you on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll raise the banner. We'll raise the banner in Assembly Hall next year.
No
Don't
doubt.
worry.
We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's get it over to the Duffel Bag
Yeah.
Boys. It's your show now, guys.
Right now, we're with the Southwest Soldiers. You guys coming into this event, a lot of people were talking that you were one of the favorites, that you guys have a lot of experience. You dropped the first game, you win the second one. What was the difference between game 1 and 2 for you guys?
A little warm up, getting to know each other, getting the feel of the game as well. Glad we got this second one going.
And Christian, obviously in this first game, you kind of get off to a little bit of a hot start. Things are going well for you. And then now we see you dominating on the boards. You guys are one of the biggest teams in this tournament, and now you see the size advantage. So how does it feel to know that you guys have a distinct advantage moving forward?
It's big, especially when, fatigue sets in. You got to get a lot of offensive rebounds, and that's what I did this last game.
Yep.
Another thing about you guys is you all are you are a hashtag unfinished business group.
Yep.
All of you last year had your seasons cut short with COVID, and now you're back and you didn't get to play college this year. So how much does that factor in, like being a part of that class of the 2020 that got everything cut short, that you're hungry to remind people that you all can play?
Definitely humble and hungry. Yeah, like you said, we didn't get to do it last year, so come out and make our names known this year for sure, and get to the finals.
All right, we appreciate it. Southwest Soldiers finally got one in the win column. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not gonna be the last time we see these guys up here.
No,
at the,
sir. No,
No,
sir.
sir.
It won't.
All right.
Maybe the
All right,
favorites.
congrats, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Take care, guys.